Hi guys, welcome back to my XVS video. Now I'm gonna talk about the banner which gonna come on this week, and yes, I'm really excited because on this week we get Fina and Rain banner, okay? And yeah, you also able to awaken Fina and Dark Fina into Neo Vision Awaken unit. But yeah, let's start with Fina and Rain first. Why they are really good? First of all, they are really good because they introduce something new on this game, and that is self-chaining. Yes, self-chaining, okay? That means you don't need to rely on other characters. You can simply tap Fina and Rain and tada, they will chain by themselves, okay? This is really interesting and exciting because maybe you, okay? Maybe it's just me, but I believe some of you also fail at chaining, but with this kind of unit, we won't fail. Because simply tap, tada, the chain works. Everything like damage modifier works like normally. Really amazing, okay? And yes, other than self-chaining, they also able to chain with Stardust Ray for physical damage, okay? And Absolute Mirror of Equity, it is hybrid, but I don't think you want to use them as Absolute Mirror of Equity chainer. Why? Because their Mirror of Equity move always dispel. So just imagine, okay, you just break the enemy, whoa, you will dispel that break, okay? So you don't want to make them into Mirror of Equity. Simply Stardust Ray and self-chaining. Amazing, right? And yes, actually we also get Laswell and Rion next week, but I will talk about that later. And Fina and Dark Fina able to imperil 3 elements: fire, earth, and light. But those three imperils probably only useful for the Brave Shift form, because on normal form they are kind of locked to fire element, which is one of their weakness, okay? It's their limit burst is locked to fire element, so it is like Terra. We already have Terra, so maybe yes, you don't need another fire elemental attacker to know. But yeah, the point here is they are cool, able to chain by themselves, something that Terra cannot do. And yes, talking about what they can do, they also have insane beast killer. They have 150% beast killer buff, okay, in the battle. And on passive, they have 200% beast killer and 50% human killer. So yes, they are beast against beast. Amazing. And another thing you need to pay attention about them is they deal more damage against broken enemies. So I believe more in the future we will fight more trial bosses which have break damage gauge, okay? And yes, that's a good thing, because when they are broken, you will deal insane damage to those enemies, okay? So really nice characters, really unique. The limit bursts are also CG, so yeah, you will like it, okay? And for Brave Shift, I can say that their Brave Shift form, I can say good, but from the damage modifier, I'm not impressed at all, okay? For the normal form, I'm kind of impressed because you get like 200% limit burst damage buff and 100% limit burst damage on passive. But on Brave Shift form, I still cannot find what's amazing about them. Yes, they're able to do fire, earth, and light magic on Brave Shift form. The magic attacks are also self-chaining, so yes, that's awesome, but that's only that, okay? On Brave Shift form, they are more into support units, because on their limit burst, they're able to give your party AoE re-raise and MP recovery or something, and other buffs, okay? So yeah, very nice, because 2 roles in same characters, okay? Nice. And yes, maybe I'm quite pessimist, but remember, they are pioneer of self-chaining, so I believe they're gonna get power creep soon. Not sure. Okay, if you play Japan version, please leave it on the comment. But still, wow, this is really new and makes the games really exciting because, well, can chain by themselves. Amazing. Okay, but what about the 5 stars characters? Let's take a look on Fina and Dark Fina. So I must say, I'm kinda not interested on Fina and Dark Fina. First of all, they chain with Stardust Ray. It's a magic attack. Okay, so shall you say it's nice to see more variation in magic attack, but I believe we know that it's not good. Okay, because let's say that means on Dark Vision, she doesn't have partner, magic chaining partner. You won't combine her with your physical attackers on Dark Vision, right? So what's the purpose of this Stardust Ray magic chaining move? Not buying it. It is Earth element, so again, maybe nice if you need Earth. And other than Stardust Ray, they also able to chain with Mirror of Equity. Again, it is magic attack. And the damage modifier are not impressive by any mean, only 72 times and 54 times. Again, I don't play Japan version, okay, so I'm not sure what they can do. Maybe on Brave Shift form, they can do like self-tech chaining attack. I'm not sure, but on the wiki, there are no info about that, so I'm not sure. And one thing good about them is they able to imperil Earth element by 130%. So that's good, but is that it? Because really guys, when I see them, maybe I miss something, but I don't like them. Another reason I don't like them is their triple cast need a setup. Wow, that's rich, guys. We need setup for triple cast. Bad, okay? And the Trust Mastery word, I must say, it's totally lame. Dual wield? Who need dual wield? Okay, almost all true dual wield mage already have dual wield naturally. So, what's the purpose of this Trust Mastery word? Trash. Luckily, there is one redeeming quality, the STMR. On global, they gives you 50% equipment magic, 60% magic. So I can say their STMR are good on the global. Okay, so even if you don't like the characters like me, okay, but if you get them, I can say that you don't need to be sad because their STMR is good. So those are all the characters which gonna be released on this week. On next week, we gonna get Laswell Regan and Infernal Fire Rain Neo Vision Awakening. But let's talk about that on next week. Now, the final question on this week, should you summon? So yes, you should summon if you collect all CG characters. And remember, they are not simply CG, they are powerful CG characters because they introduce self-chaining on this game. So yes, this will be very fun to know more about self-tech chaining, okay? Really nice character, you don't want to miss it. And in the past, maybe you have both Fina and Dark Fina bundle and you haven't got their STMR. So if you try to get Fina and Rain, you may get the Fina and Dark Fina from the pool, and yes, you finally get their STMR, which is pretty good. Okay, and yes, another thing, don't summon if there is nothing wrong with Rain and Fina. They are really good character because, like I said, the pioneer of self-tech chaining, they will be very good. But remember that next week we gonna get Laswell and Regan, and they are also self-chaining characters. And yes, it's just me, okay? It's a matter of preference, but I prefer Laswell and Regan. Why? Because I prefer the sprites and the limit burst animation. I think they are much cooler compared to Fina and Rain limit burst animation, okay? So which one more powerful? I don't think there will be much difference in terms of strength because the release window is near. But based on what I look, I kind of prefer Laswell and Regan because their limit burst is not locked to fire element. But again, this is simply quick glance. I will talk more about it on next week. Okay, but for this week, I still prefer Laswell and Regan because first, I don't like Fina and Fina. And if you don't have Fina and Fina, I don't think it's worth to try to get that Fina and Rain, okay, because you may get Fina and Fina accidentally. But on next week, even if you, let's say, miss Laswell and Regan, you still can get Infernal Fire Rain. And it's because I said that because I have multiple Infernal Fire Rain on my possession. So that's another good reason I pull on the next week. Okay, but for you, if you have Fina and Fina, then maybe you want to complete the Fina and Fina. Okay, it depends on your setup. But for me, I don't like Fina and Fina. Okay, and remember on this week we have free weekly 10+1 summon. Okay, very nice. They give it 10 times, so 10 weeks until March. So maybe we can get Fina and Rain through that. Nice, right? So yeah, I think that's all you need to know about this week update. Okay, and also remember, we also get free Neo Vision ticket. We can exchange for one random Neo Vision from the ticket. It is limited to 5 characters: Soul, Cloud, Rain, Akstar, and Firion. Okay, it's random, so you cannot choose it. But personally, I want to get Neo Vision Soul. Yes, I know maybe he is not top tier mage, but I already have 4 of the options. Okay, I only miss Neo Vision Soul. That's the reason I want to get him. So when daily fragment challenge comes back in the future, I can make him into X+1. Okay, but that's just me. Please leave it in the comment. What do you want to get, and what do you think about self-chaining unit? And also, if you play Japan version, maybe you are kind enough to explain to me what self-chaining unit can do and cannot do. Okay, I know they can chain together, but what if we, let's say, try to chain Laswell Regan and Fina and Rain? Whoa, the names are stupid, really hard to spell. Okay, I literally, yeah, you get it. But I mean, Fina Rain and Laswell Regan, are you able to chain both of them together even when they have different hit count? Please leave it on the comment. Okay, that's the thing I really want to know. Okay, is there any chaining family for tech chain? Don't know. Please leave it on the comment. So yep, I think that's all I need to talk. I want to talk on this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Private Views guide. Bye bye guys.